Okay, that literally makes a difference. I was like, why do you not look done? I wasn't done. Okay, now I'm done. I was about to do my makeup and then I thought about I haven't talked to y'all in a while and I got plenty of time right now, so let's catch up. If you're new here, my name is Jewel. I am a beauty, lifestyle, all things skincare, YouTuber, yapper, Instagrammer, content creator, all the jazz. And welcome to my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends, your mama, your girl, like all of it. Y'all know y'all want the skin, so come on through. This is coming up on my 3 months of me living in Seattle, Washington, which has been so cool. Also, I'm super excited. I have a mic now. Like, for those of y'all that don't know, I previously lived in Memphis. Me and my husband lived there together for almost like 5, 6 years. But we both had this childhood dream about like running away to Seattle, Washington. He took me for my birthday in 2023. And then a few months later, God told him that we ourselves will actually be moving to Seattle in 3 years. And then some different events came about that the Father put into action. And we came actually a year and change earlier than we thought that we were. And so now that we're here, y'all, it's been great. It's been great. It's been grand. Yes, there's little nuances that you have to get used to because one, it is a bigger city, right? Like Seattle is definitely way, way bigger than Memphis. And there's just a lot of different things to get used to, especially for me as a Southerner. I won't say it's the meanest city, but I can't say it's the kindest city, right? Like, it's not like someone's going to go out of their way to say, like, good morning to you at times. Even in the store, child, one time, I'm literally ran in the store, I think just to grab us like some bread and some snacks, because it was sort of late. And so I was just like, oh, excuse me, as I'm trying to, because I was rushing, and I'm like, I'm in the wrong. So I was like, oh, excuse me, I'm trying to rush by this lady. And baby, the way she turned, it wasn't my actions, it really was me talking to her. And she was like, excuse me, do I know you? And before I knew it, I was like, not only did you turn like that, but do I know you? No, you don't know me. That don't mean I shouldn't have manners. And sometimes that's like a real, like, who's your mama? You're not too busy to be nice to someone. If you have enough time to fight all this stuff and state all your opinions, you got time to have manners and common courtesy and pleasantries. But that's just me. So I did my eyebrows. I really don't do too much to my eyebrows now. My updated eyebrow routine. So I've been using the e.l.f. eyebrow gel, and I bought like 100 spoolies off of Amazon. And let me tell you something. I will tell you one thing about living in Seattle. Same day shipping. I did not have that in Memphis. Now I had 2 day shipping and it might come in one. Look at God. But same day shipping. But I ordered my DJI mic that day at like 12 and it came around 4 or 5 o'clock. I said, I cannot let that get a hold of me. I cannot let that get a hold of me. But that is my updated eyebrows now. And oh, the eyebrow pencil by e.l.f. So it's e.l.f. pencil, e.l.f. Brow lift, and I don't really do too much to it. I don't really over conceal or anything like that anymore. I just want more of a natural brow. I'm going in with my Maybelline Grippy Serum. This has been my #1 primer for the past maybe like 6, 7 months. I can't get enough of this primer. I will say something else that shocked me about Seattle. It wasn't really the price of living because I understand like it's a tech city. We're on the West Coast. I think people just think about California and they don't think in general like West Coast. So yeah, it will be a little bit higher. But I think it was that some people felt so limited and I wouldn't feel super limited. Just like I told the girls, Seattle really got pretty privileged. And I say that because the scenic views here, top tier, top tier. Okay, as someone that grew up down south, and I absolutely love the outside. I love a good forest, love a good park, good little lake. Right now, that's what they got here. So I think sometimes when people are like, it's so expensive to do blah blah blah, baby, it's free to go by Lake Washington, and the views are priceless. For everything else, there's MasterCard, but you can go to that lake for free, and it is a beautiful sight to see. You can definitely go and look at Mount Rainier for free. You can go look at the Puget Sound for free. I'm gonna let y'all slide with that. I'm just going in with my color corrector. This is my same Huda color corrector. I think it's in Leche. Yeah, Leche is like a cool peach type of thing. As we were driving in, you know, that's when we really even got to fall more in love with the state of Washington, not just Seattle. And I think if you're a person that's only looking for those negative things, and of course, like that's all you're seeing. But if you actually look at Washington as a whole, Washington is a very, very beautiful state. Of course, for me, it is a lot different because this is a coffee capital, and I've had some great coffee. I've had some mid coffee and matcha, which really made me upset. I have been updating my makeup game, right? Because I've been using the same foundation for almost 10 years. And, you know, nothing against Miss Maybelline, but I was like, baby, I got to do something new. So I did get the Huda Easy Blur, and I did get the House Labs. So if you're my shade twin, this is 460 in medium, that peach undertone. And then this is Mocha 500G. It is golden, but it really does well for my neutral skin. So I think I'm going in with my House Labs today. This will be my first time trying it. I know I'll be all over the place when I'm talking, but that's okay. I was struggling. The saxophones, they were getting louder. I am tired of hearing that because I'm tired of how it got misused. But the saxophones were yelling because I don't know what was happening. I was like, I'm just a neutral black woman. I don't think shade matching should be that hard for me. And then I was like, maybe we're getting lost in the sauce in the middle, because I think we're thinking about two extremes, which is just super light skinned black women and then very melanated black women. And I was like, am I getting lost in the sauce? Am I getting lost in the middle? I don't know, but I don't like it. But I found the House Labs. This has been super, super good. And I do know this one is buildable, so I feel like I should be able to get a good little look with it. But no, it's been beautiful. It's been great. We spent a lot of time at first when we got here at the lake, because again, they don't have central AC in places like our apartment does not. And I was like, is this just us? But as I started talking to more and more people, like, no, that is just a PNW thing, and it is just like a Seattle thing. So I was like, okay. So we spent a lot of time at the lake, and we spent a lot of time outside, because it can literally be cooler outside than in the house. And I've told different Seattleites, like, I think this is a conspiracy that they want y'all to be outside, because they're like, y'all not gonna be sitting in the house. We already got a short summer. Y'all gonna be in the sunlight. And I think they drive them out. Since the summers are short, I do notice that, yes, as soon as it got warm, it was like 60 degrees. So me and Nick, you know, was like, oh, it's warmer, we can go out. But let's say it was 63. And I saw girls in full-on bikinis. I was like, baby, no, you'll catch a cold. But this is their summer weather. So they were like really, you know, ready for this. It can get in the 80s and 90s, but it feels a lot different than down south because it's not as humid. It's not as sticky. And I haven't had any like pollen or asthma problems up here. I think the most problems I had were probably just the last few days, because there are wildfires almost like 4 hours away from us. And I was like, oh, wow, that's like a real West Coast living type of thing, because they do have wildfires on this side of the United States. Do we see this? Do we see the baby? Okay, girl, Miss Gaga, you didn't did that, baby. You didn't did that. So I'm going to let this sit, because I do know that this is buildable. I actually want to see how much build I can bob the build out of this foundation. So I am about to go into my eye look. Let us prime the lids. I am loving the food. Now, at first, I'm not going to lie to you. Whew, the food was hit or miss. We were truly eating out and very disappointed. I'm talking about fried chicken disappointed. We had Domino's, and the Domino's was like, mine was good, his was terrible. So it was just like, what y'all got going on here? And we came to the conclusion, like, we cannot go off TikTok, because this is definitely a city where folk is paying people to come eat at their restaurant. And we was like, we can't depend on TikTok reviews or anything like that. We just got to get out here and get it. So we finally did. And I mean, we've come across some places that were good, because teriyaki is like a big thing here. And we went to the teriyaki place. This is supposed to be like the oldest teriyaki restaurant here. It kicked it off. It was trash. It was so, it tastes sour. Like, it was, no. It was trash. So we were like, okay, you know what, we over this. We ain't gonna do this. We just got to get out here and try it ourselves. We have discovered a teriyaki place that we liked. I will say some of the best pizza I've had here is called Big Mario's Pizza. There is nothing worse than wasted hunger, okay? Like you super hungry and you in the mood for something like good and delicious and the hunger is wasted. There's nothing worse. I have this look that I saw on Pinterest and I think I'm gonna try it out. It's very like blue, purple, effervescent, you know, mermaid type of thing. And I have 3 palettes that I think are gonna make it come true. My first palette is gonna be my Berries by Beauty Bay. I'm so glad Beauty Bay was back. Y'all, that was very scary for me. I'm like, how am I gonna fall in love with a company and y'all gonna go away? And I thought they was closing, but they came back. Thank you. The UKB Amorous Flame, and then the UKB Exotic Flavors. So first things first, I need to go in with a purple for this look, because I have quite a few purples, as you can see. So a few things that I'm looking forward to in my time in Seattle. One is the content creator world that is out here. I think that I like being this close to California, but not living in California. And there are a few things or events that I always wanted to go to, but I was like, you know, I don't want to pay a $600 or $700 flight ticket, you know, to these said events. And now that I'm only a few hours from LA, that really, really excites me, and it really, really gives me a lot of hope and a lot of drive. Even when I was in Memphis, I think the thing that I was thinking was like, you know, the beauty industry is a very, very big industry. There's 1,000 people that's into beauty and hair. And if you got $1 billion, you can break up $1 billion a lot of ways. If there's multiple companies that are multiple billionaires, I'm not talking about 1 billion. I think someone I read, I'm gonna look it up and see, can I put it here? But someone had put like the beauty industry is an $600 billion industry. If you have $600 billion, you can pay me and the girl next door and the girl down the street and the girl in Canada and the girl down in Mexico and the girl over in Italy. Like, you got money for all of us. Okay, so I built up the purple around it. This eye isn't built up enough in my opinion. So I'm not going to blend it. I'm just simply going to pack it. I went in at first with 1985 and now I'm going to take a little bit of manicure and sort of round out my edges. So I'm excited about where my content is going. I'm excited about where I want to go with it. I've opened myself up now to anything. I think sometimes having a niche is a little like, it can be a little limiting. I know that's always like a big thing. Like, you need to niche down, niche down, niche down. But I'm also like, no, see, I'm here to get every check and every coin, every bag that there is to have. And if that's in hair, that's cool. You know, matcha and tea and culture and travel, like, I'm here for any and every bag and any and every season. I'm definitely not limiting myself by any means necessary. So now I've come together and really married this pink and purple together very seamlessly and doing the same here, like literally going on the edge. And now I'm gonna do the same on the other end, or like the inside of my eye, and come right to the edge. Now, some things that I feel like Seattle is not being acknowledged for that I actually like. I like the fashion scene in Seattle, and I think it's really something because they do have everything. There's Nordstrom, Saks Fifth, Nordstrom's Rack, Zara, All Saints. I just discovered this store called Uniqlo, which is like, it makes me think of an H&M, but better, you know, so I really do like it. But I like that everyone still has their own individual style. Like, it's definitely not all the same. I don't see everyone wearing the same shoes with the same, you know, same jeans and this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's definitely some of the cookie cutter white t-shirt with the oversized jeans and sambas, because that's just gonna be everywhere, right? People like that look. But I do like the individuality that I've seen in Seattle. I think that's like really cool. And there's not a lot of status quo at times. And that part to me is like super awesome. And so it makes you a little like less self-conscious, because whose rules am I following? Nobody's but my own, you know? And that part has been super great. And I think it has instilled a different type of confidence in me with my content and being out and about, I'm I'm happy. That's all it is. Like, I'm happy. Just me and down the street. On either side of me, I can go towards like downtown of the pier, or I can go the opposite way, and I am literally by water and lakes and whatnot. And that type of like living is something that I never thought I would have, and I definitely don't take it for granted at all. So I'm just blending this out. I'm doing like a halo, but I just want like a really, really good canvas for this blue. So a few years ago, I used to work near a Sephora, and here I am again working near a Sephora. But I was like, you know, what are some things that I actually would love to expand? And one thing that I've been doing is expanding my foundation. So every check, I buy a new foundation. And I was going through and I was trying a lot of stuff. And yes, I do feel like the shade matching for some reason was getting outrageous. Before I left Memphis, I had this sample of Estee Lauder Double Wear, completely gray. I got gifted from It Cosmetics, and it was so gray on me. And I was like, hey, yo, like, what's the problem here? Like, what we got going on? I don't think I have that much of a skin struggle story, like maybe someone like a Gloria or Tony Bravo. So I was like, you know, Jackie Aina has been in the game for almost 2 decades. We should not be having gaps when it comes to color matching at all. So I was like, what's really the problem? And I was noticing that, yes, like, there's still some work to go. I feel like neutral women are still a little bit overlooked, because y'all have done so bad on one spectrum that y'all have been trying to fix that spectrum, and you're letting the middle sort of slide down a little bit. It's getting bad. Y'all need to fix that. I do think a foundation that I do want to buy, because I cannot lie, that color match was impeccable. And that is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Y'all, when I say, and I, as a true diehard, like, all you need is a drugstore foundation type of woman, and I'll tell someone to get the Maybelline Fit Me in a second. I know Maybelline has a lot of other ones, but I'm always like, fit me, fit me, fit me. That's going to be your best one. That Giorgio, baby, that was something else. All right, my husband called, so had to answer. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to go in with this blue first, and then I'm going to put the shimmer on top, because that one's a little more creamy and shimmery. And you know what? Maybe I'm not. Okay, maybe I am. All right. Get this on. But look how it's coming together. Together, yes. Okay. And this is definitely my 2 cents to anyone that wants to get into content creation. Baby, with all the stuff that is out on the internet, you do not need coaching. You do not need someone that's going to do one-on-ones with you and all that stuff. Like, you really don't. You just need to get the camera and be consistent. I signed up for like a group like that, and a lot of the folk in the group, you know, would send in their stuff, not like each other's stuff, and it would get very discouraging. And I don't know why. It wasn't until I got here I was like, Jewel, you don't have to be in the group. You can leave the group. Like, this ain't gonna ruin the tour. Leave the group. And I was like, yeah, you don't need this. Like, you really don't. All you need to do is be consistent with your work, keep going, and that's it. Like, only I understand what it means to really like be a tomboy for all your life, and you just never felt pretty enough to make yourself pretty. Like, only you understand how it feels for certain women to suffer with their confidence or low self-esteem, and now you want to do more with yourself. I don't have to pay someone to teach me how to help women feel better about themselves like I feel better about myself now. That's crazy. And so I was like, yeah, this is silly. So I left that alone, and that is my 2 cents. Like, please do not pay someone to tell you what you know. Do not pay someone to tell you how great you are in your field, like how great you are in your niche or your talent, because that's silly. Okay, so I'm definitely glad I put that blue down before I put this like shimmer down. It's so creamy. It's so creamy. Woo. I am in love with this. So I'm just applying this with my finger because I do want to have a little bit more control. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to. All right, so now I actually do want to take a lighter purple and blend out just a little bit of that space in between the dark purple and the blue. So I'm going to go in with Distance which is like this purple right here. And I'm talking about like light. I'm gonna scoot up so you can see what I'm talking about. I am lightly tapping. This is a very light job, very light job. And see, it just like literally livens it up just a little bit. And colorful looks like this, like, I feel like the main job is just taking each color, making the color appear, and then you just go and reinforce the old color. Like as soon as you're done putting on one color, just go back and reinforce the other color. I'm liking where this is at, I like it. So I do want a little bit more contrast of a different shimmer. So I'm gonna go back to my You Can Be Amethyst. Actually, let me see. Nope, I was right. I'm gonna go back to my You Can Be Amethyst. We're gonna use this right here, and it is gonna give me just a little bit of that sort of shimmer I'm looking for, almost like white shimmer, almost like white gray type of shimmer look that I want. So I just went ahead and pulled it straight through because I'm like, this would be prettier to me. This would probably be a little bit better if I had cut crease, but I was feeling spontaneous. And now I'm going to go back in with just the leftover of that light purple and put it right on the edge. So I'm going to let that sort of sit and settle. I say that, and I don't think that's even real for eyeshadow, but I say that all the time. Like, I'm going to let this like sit and settle. Concealer has been a little bit of a problem for me. I really did like the Sephora concealers I had, and girl, they went and reformulated, and I'm like, that's no help to me. That's not helping me at all. Being that I am really liking Huda right now, I might try their concealers. I've had mixed reviews about the Hourglass concealers, so I'm not really sure how I feel about them. I really don't do too much to my forehead when I'm like brightening. In here, and I put like just a dab here. Sometimes when stuff isn't broken, please don't fix it. I use two different bronzers. So on the top of my face, I go in with my Milk bronzer. I like to warm it up on the back of my hand. I don't know, for the top of my face, this just does a lot better. And this is a brand that I am curious about to try a little bit more. I mostly just know them for their bronzer and the Milk Grippy primer, but I wouldn't mind learning a little bit more about Milk. But right now I'm concentrating on just building my foundation collection, because all foundation is not the same. Like, sometimes you need a different type of foundation for a different type of event, you know? Like, everything can't be a skin tint, and I mean that with the most respect, or do I? And I'm very glad that, like, us as a culture, women are coming away from the whole clean girl type of thing. Makeup is supposed to be expressive, and I don't want that same monotone look. I don't. It's like a herd mentality, like, oh, we all need to do clean girl makeup. No, we don't. No, we don't. That's not true. It's not real. It's not always cute. We gotta keep that a buck. So you see how much, like, I don't know, just that is. So I like going in with the Milk bronzer first, and that is the shade, I think, Blitz. Yeah, Blitz. And I've had this coming up almost a year, and I still am not done with this bronzer, because you get so much pigment payoff. Okay, and then I come in with this one just a little bit, but it warms it up because my other one's like very cool. And I come down at the bottom, and don't worry, right now that looks like whoo, but it's about to work out for my good. And now we shall blend. So first I go at the bottom because, like, I don't need too much light on this part. And then I go in at the top because, again, I really don't bring too much light up here either. I'll also bring whatever's up here, I'll just bring it down the bridge of my nose. So I never really put too much concealer on my nose. And these areas I really just keep here and bring them over. I don't bring it up. This I literally bring over to this area. And then I go to work under my eye. So I do like to come up to bring the light up on me. I'm not trying to bring my face down. I'm literally trying to snatch my face up. And then when I get up here, I definitely want to blend out this area as much as possible. And then this really cleans up under my eye, especially if you want to go under and blow your eyeshadow out a little bit more. It really does help. And it does help to look up. It's not just like a YouTube thing. It does help to look up. So I bring it up even here. And then here, when I get to this area, I'm not pushing it. I'm sort of swiping. So I'm like literally small swipes. And then I can bring that down. And then here, I'm almost on the side. And I'm taking it all around because I want that blended out. And I blend it out really well because I need a nice clean canvas for my blush. What type of blush am I really going with today? I don't know. Like I would, grape soda. The grape soda by Danessa. And this, you talking green tea with a shot of raspberry, but I don't got that. That's okay. Because blush is not on my list right now. Foundations are on my list. All right, now I'm like brushing in here. So I'm just cleaning up that area. And like, if you can see, I'm going almost like a C type of motion. We are blended. And see why I don't like bring that all down? I do take some up around here because I'm gonna do a lip. I think my lip is gonna be pretty chill. So I really want all the attention on the eyeshadow. I'm gonna take some of my, what's left on my foundation brush and just blend that out. See, it's not scary. Now we need to think about what type of blush are we doing. I still don't know. I still don't know. But I do know what I want to blow the bottom of my eyes out with. So I'm going to take manicure and I'm going to take that at the bottom of my eyes. I actually am going to take some of that cloud, that iridescent pink from earlier. I'm in between. I think I am. I'm gonna do this lilac. I'm between the lilac or I have a hot shot. Now hold on. I just said something pretty soft, but I do have the It Girl from Danessa, and that could be really good. No. I'm gonna keep it soft. Let's keep it soft. I'll be a soft girl today. And I do mean soft, so I'm doing like 1 dot. Okay. 2 dots. That's okay. Actually, hold on now. Is this too light? Or I just need to go in one more. I think this will be good because once I set it, it still will be pretty light, and I probably won't go in with too much powder at all because I do want this to be pretty light. Okay, my favorite step is the powder. It is. So I'm gonna go in with my Sweet Honey by One Size. Heck yeah. You hear that? That's the sound of I didn't use this. I've been using this faithfully. I am upset that they're trying to take because I thought makeup talc was fine, but now they're saying they gotta take the makeup talc out, and part of me is like, baby, leave it in. Please leave it in. I really don't like that they're trying to change the one size formula. It is definitely some of the best undertones that I found. Like, I honestly did not like powder until I discovered the one size powder. But I am having a time, like a good time, really expanding my makeup because I think I was so worried about being or coming across like a consumer type of content creator, like, oh, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. I was taking the fun out of the makeup for myself. And ain't no point in doing that. You know, like I can enjoy my makeup how I want. I just don't want you blowing your money on everything that every, Lily Jane and Sally tell you to buy. So I am very excited about like having fun with buying makeup again, having fun with discovering what I like again. And I mean, yeah, I definitely get that rush of when I walk out with the striped bag, walk out with the orange bag. I will say something else that I do want to buy. It's not in a store, but Marvella, I want to buy the lip pencils because I am a black lip queen. I believe in a black lip liner. And she has one called Espresso that is a very deep, dark, um, like brown lip liner. And ooh, girl, I want that so bad. I want to get that so, so, so bad. Brands that I'm curious about: Hourglass, About Face. I do want to try that Jordache bronzer. Going deeper into House Labs because I definitely, for this to be my first product, I am super, super pleased with it. So I would like to know a little bit more about it. And I want to dive into the Made by Mitchell pool. The curved cases were great to me. I like the palettes. I like the different ones. So I probably myself would want medium deep, and deep because I would want to try some stuff out. I like all his lip products because I like a sparkly lip. I've been making my own sparkle lip things and I want to dive in and try some Made by Mitchell products. Like I'm talking about, I'm really trying to buy up the whole line. One of the Ulta I think that's closest to me don't have him. I'm like, great. Just like the Sephora that's closest to me didn't have any MAC. And why did I go in on National Lipstick Day to buy some MAC? And I was like, you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna hold this money since that's what I think the Lord is trying to tell me. I definitely want to dive into the Made by Mitchell. I like all the colors that he has. They're great. They're vibrant. This part was a little too muted, so I'm just going in with some residual bronzer right in there. I am going to take a little bit of my one size, which one is it? Cheek. I am going to go in my one size. We're just going to say rosebud because I definitely wouldn't say the other word. And lightly, there we go. Like there's some blush, but it's not too much because again, this is the main focus. So for the lips, yeah, I'm going to take Night Moths. And I love lip liners, like I do. I think the whole part of lip combos are lip liners, but a lot of them do move and transfer and all that jazz. And that is why I want the Marviano because hers are truly non-transferable. I've seen people do multiple wear tests, like documenting their day, wiping it whole jazz, like truly wiping off their gloss, and the lip liner doesn't move. And I think that if some people could get one like that, they wouldn't be scared of a black lip liner because it wouldn't be moving or making a mess for them, and it wouldn't just look like a big sloppy, like mushy black brown mess. So I want to buy them, and I think I can definitely get more people on the black lip liner train. So I am going to outline this or overline it with a brown lip liner. It just add a little razzle dazzle. Okay, and I am going to touch the corners up with a little bit of my black lip liner. Just trust the process. So now I'm going to go back in with that and like diffuse the lines. Now, I thought I wanted to say It Girl on my cheeks, but so her flush cheeks actually go well for lips as well. So I'm actually going to take It Girl and place it in the center of my lips. You see this? Because it works two ways. Okay, I think I like that. I do need to let it dry a little bit. Her Upside technology is like, the longer you wear it, the better it is because the more that it's drying. So I'm gonna let that dry down a bit. I am gonna grab my MAC Fix It. And one thing I see is like people are using this as a setting spray. This is not a setting spray. This is to like help everything blend in together. But do not use this last. Like use this honestly in between your steps. Because I want all my powders and everything to sort of melt in together. This has been my like favorite thing of late is to take my Flesh Pot by MAC, and I picked it right up. All right, so now I'm gonna take I like to take Flesh Pot and put it like right in the middle, and then you can give for using Danessa just a quick fan to make sure that like it dried down, because it's gonna go on a cream, but it's gonna definitely dry down as a powder. And then I take my Flesh Pot, we're gonna place it right in the middle. Tea. Since the Danessa dries down, so I was like, you know what? I don't have to use a brush, so I just went in with the Flesh Pot. It is like a satin lip. And now I'm gonna go in a little bit of Night Moth and just sort of reinforce that. I'm gonna, I'm trying to think. I'm not doing everything like the picture because I don't have a sparkly, I don't have a clear sparkly gloss. I could make one. You know what? I'm gonna make one. Okay, let's see. Usually to do this, I'm gonna take my good old lip oil. You can find this at any beauty supply. And I feel like I definitely want something very iridescent, like just white, shiny. I think I found what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm back in my amethyst, and this one is a little bit more yellow and purple, but purple is definitely the theme of this look. I was trying to just raw do that. That's crazy. All right, first I'm just gonna go around the outline. And see, this is a time where if I had dipped into Made by Mitchell, because he got all the shiny lip glosses. It has a little shine, but not as much as I want, but that's okay. I'm just gonna finish up with some mascara. I don't see my audience.
You see me?
All right, for my bottom lashes, I like to use my It Cosmetics mascara because it has a better spoolie on it. Like, it's definitely way more defined. And I have thought about learning to do my own clusters. Will it happen? We don't know, but I have thought about it. But like I said, with certain things in Seattle, I've gotten a lot more savvy. This is definitely the most that I've like done my hair myself. And I am happy with my wash and go. I didn't like my flake on it, but I am happy with it. I think I am going to look into a different mousse. I've used to do before. I did like it. And then I tried one by Camilla Rose, this like honey and nectar one, but it was so sticky. It's horrible. It didn't give me any definition. It was just like super sticky. I did not like that. I probably will return to the Dew, but I am liking all my Miele products right now. They have been wonderful, and I can't believe I quit them before. I thought that it was them that was affecting my hair, but knowing me, because I switch up things so much, it might not have been them at all, since I switch up products so much. Okay, that's about as good as my bottom lashes are gonna get. I am gonna go back in with my pink and reinforce it, and like literally look up and like go under your lashes. All right, and I'm not gonna do a wing. This doesn't call for a wing in my opinion. Like the main thing is the like blue and purple. So I'm not gonna do a wing, and I'm just gonna finish this off with some L'Oreal Infallible. This is a good setting spray. Now I know a lot of people like one size. I do like one size. Only thing I would say about this is yes, it does have a perfume type of smell to it, but so did one size. So I think when people say it, it's like pick your battles, you know. But I can't say this does last all day. I think the only thing I may have went too light on my blush. So I am going to go back in with a little bit of my blush. All right, and that is the look recreated. And now you know about my past 3 months here in Seattle. And my husband is in the bathroom staring at me.
Peace.
Told you. All right, bye. Love you. I mean it. See you in the next video. Bye. Okay, I lied. It's not the end. I realized what I'm missing, and it's just some sparkle. It's just literally some sparkle. So I'm going to take my Milani, my baked blush, because I was like, this look feels so incomplete, and girl, it is. Okay. And just put some down the bridge of my nose. Okay. That literally makes a difference. I was like, why do you not look done? I wasn't done. Okay, now I'm done. Bye.